My name is Maria Romero. I'm a freshman at Harvard College. I'm 18 years old and I'm planning on studying history and literature. I'm originally from Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania. It's a small town a little bit outside of Scranton. Really rural, like in the middle of the mountains. We were an hour away from the nearest mall. We did have a Walmart. A super Walmart came in recently and that was like a huge to-do. So it was super rural. A lot of my classmates worked on farms and like helped their family out that way. College had always been on the table. Both of my parents expected me to go to college, but I never, for that reason, I never really thought as much about what it really meant. So when I hit high school and it became a reality, like I'm going to college, a sort of panic set in, like what am I going to do? Why am I doing this? I worked really hard all through high school and I started to get burned out. So I was like, what am I doing to myself? What does college really mean? All of a sudden this big issue arose. This eruption of anti-immigrant sentiment that led to a lot of racism. They trying to kick out all the undocumented people who lived in Hazleton, and it led to a lot of hate. And then at the same time, they discovered natural gas in my area, which led all of these Texan oil companies to come in, which led to this huge Latino influx. So all of a sudden, this really quiet rural community that I had lived in turned into this clash of races and classes. And then all of a sudden, college became much more relevant because through college, I'd be able to get the tools to solve the problems that I saw in the world, and I'd be able to get out from that really small rural bubble where I had had a good community, but I'd be able to leave and able to gain perspective and the knowledge and the expertise that I needed to help the people that I saw suffering around me. So for me, college was a chance to gain the tools I needed to change the world, as cheesy as that sounds. I am really close to my family. So leaving my family was a really tough obstacle, and a lot of times I'd get up in the morning and I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I didn't see the end point, I didn't see the point of it. Even though coming into college I had such a strong idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted to get involved in immigrants' rights, I wanted to learn a lot, decided I wanted to go to law school. I had all these goals, and then all of a sudden I was at college, and for so long that had been the goal that all of a sudden I was like, what am I going to do? And I was so far from all of the support systems that I had that I was really struggling, and it got to a point where I really didn't think that I belonged not necessarily at college in general, but definitely not here at Harvard, and that maybe this wasn't for me and I couldn't handle it. And I think only through finding a good support system and friends and reaching out to teachers and the people around you do you find the things you need to get you through. And I think a big lesson that I've learned through that is you can't do it on your own. You always need other people, so always reach out, find that mentor, find that friend. Don't try to go it alone, and no matter how alone you feel, there are always people who will be willing to support you. There are really great people out there in the world in general, even if sometimes it doesn't seem like it, so always reach out and find them. Remembering why I'm here and what I'm doing it for gives me the purpose to sort of add relevance to things like papers and exams that I feel sometimes no matter what you sit down to write, no matter how interested you're in it, you're like, whoa, am I really gonna remember this? Am I really gonna need this? I'm never gonna have to take a derivative after I graduate. Why am I really working so hard at this? And I think remembering where I want to go, the people that I want to help, what I want to learn, and what a college degree can do for me, how it can help my family, how it can help the immigrant populations that I want to aid when I get older, how it can help me grow as a person to do those little assignments that seem really trivial now, but you really get something out of every little thing that you do at college, but what you get is what you put into it. So just making sure that you give everything your best, even if at the moment it doesn't seem to be that important. I am Maria Romero. I went to college and you can too.